drink. Hello. I was going to say mic check, mic check. Is this thing on? It is. Welcome. It is Monday. Happy Monday. I'm excited to be here. Are you excited to be here? Level of 1 to 10. Richard Jefferson.
I've never been more excited for anything in my entire life.
The sarcasm is just bleeding.
No, that's just my natural tone.
Oh, okay. Channing Frye, Kendrick Perkins. How are you guys doing?
Doing great.
How are we
Doing
feeling?
great.
How are we living? As
Great.
our guy
Tired,
Jordan
we're
Harris
good.
always likes to say. I'm Allie Clifton. Welcome back to the Road Trippin podcast presented by Fanatics Sportsbook. Go download the Fanatics Sportsbook app right now. Use code Road Trippin. I said it right now to keep up with all the cool stuff Road Trippin and Fanatics have cooking up together. Hello to you, the roadies. Good morning. This week, it'll be today and Wednesday, 10 a.m. Pacific. So go hit that like and subscribe button and the notification bell to remind you that we will be with you on Wednesday, again, at 10 a.m. Pacific. With that said, a lot has happened since our last live. The Knicks closed out the Hawks. The Lakers sent the Rockets blasting off to the moon. The Sixers won their series against the Celtics, and both Detroit and the Cavs, that's going to be fun, by the way, handled their business in their series, thanks Deandra as well. We're going to start with Pistons and Magic, though, guys, and not from a game perspective. The not so fun news, especially because there's some personal connections here. But let's have fun with it. In terms of do our jobs, because that's what we have to do.
Yes.
This is not the fun part. I already said that. The Orlando Magic announced on Monday that they have unfortunately fired head coach Jamahl Mosley. Mosley spent the last 5 seasons with Orlando, led the team out of a rebuild and into the playoffs each of the past 3 seasons. They failed to advance past the first round in any of them after they lost in 7 to the Pistons this season. They had that 3-1 lead that did not go their way. Mosley went 189 and 221 overall. He led the Magic to 2 division titles and 3 consecutive winning seasons while dealing with a lot of injuries. I'm going to give you guys this and I'll let you go. The Magic said in a statement, "We're grateful to Jamahl for all he's done for the Orlando Magic. We appreciate his leadership and the positive contributions he made as a head coach. While this was a difficult decision, we feel it's time for a new voice and fresh perspective. We wish Jamahl and his family nothing but the best." Obviously, we are thinking of Jamahl and his family and love Jamahl and his family. So, who wants to start? Who would like to start?
Was he
with this
even
one?
on the team playing? I mean, seriously.
That's a good question.
I mean, was he even on the team playing on the ride back from Detroit? He got fired with less than 24 hours. It was already, imagine coaching, having to coach in a playoff series, knowing that you're going to be fired. Like, it's knowing that it's a 90% chance that you're going to be fired. But when I listened to Paolo Banchero post-game interview last night, the first thing came to my mind before the reports this morning, I said, oh, Jamahl Mosley is gone. Because he started off by saying, it's not about, the process starts in August and we got to develop a winning culture and it was all signs of saying that they lack culture. I don't agree with the firing of Jamahl Mosley. Hell, he wasn't in Game 6 shooting all those damn bricks. That wasn't him. Like, he wasn't on the floor when they was missing all those fucking shots. Again, when you go up 3-1, it got to be some level of accountability on the players. Like, you can't close the team out as players. You can't get it done. I'm just asking a question.
No, well,
I do have a question. How crazy was that turnaround in Game 6? How do you go from that first half to what happened in the second half?
well,
They're
again,
awful shooters.
no, but also they were playing against a hyper elite team, so like the swings that happened in the whole series. Look at the Hawks, right? Let's look at the Hawks. That second half that Orlando had, the Hawks had a whole Game 6 like that. They had a whole Game 6. They were down by 50 at halftime. What?
Were they trying?
No.
They were trying their butts off. It was
were
an elimination game at home. They were trying to survive.
They were
And they were down, but I'm saying, like, it was just so. My point is that you can have those swings. Why was Detroit so bad in the first half? Right? Like, we could talk about that. Why was Detroit so bad? Just like they didn't have shooters. Their guys weren't hitting shots. Both teams, and I did the game, both teams only had 10 turnovers. in that game 6. So it wasn't like it was sloppy, crazy basketball. They had 15 turnovers in the first half or 12 in the second. Total turnovers were 10 apiece. So it was just dudes weren't hitting shots. And
Orlando was hitting shots.
In the first half.
Yeah.
In the second half, they weren't.
That's my point. Is how can you go so...
Because neither of those, if you were to say, what are both of those teams' deficiencies?
Offense.
So it's like everything's pretty much laid out for it. But I'll say this about Jamahl Mosley. Every coach that gets into this, and now that we're older, we have a lot more friends that have transitioned into head coaching. It's not if you're going to get fired as a head coach, it's when you're going to get fired. So you go into that, it's like living life without fear. You don't coach in fear. If you look at their struggles, if they wouldn't have made the postseason, if they wouldn't have made the play-in, if they wouldn't have, if they would have won this round, I still believe that ultimately there was a high probability that they were going to move on from Jamahl Mosley. And we've seen this around the league. Guys that can win a championship fired 2 years later. Guys win Coach of the Year fired 2 years later. There's no like permanent success or loyalty in this. What I look at this, the amount of injuries that Orlando had. JB and Jamahl Mosley have both proven to be culture changers. You look at what Jamahl did in Cleveland. He left. What did he do? He went to Detroit. He built a winning culture. And there was injuries with JB. There was tons of injuries with Jamahl. So when I look at Jamahl Mosley, he had an outstanding record. He was outstanding in the community. He's going to get another opportunity, and he should get another opportunity. And he's already proven his level of success. So it sucks that their team wasn't healthy, that they didn't have Jonathan Isaacs, that guys were always hurt every single year. They were one of the most chronically hurt teams. And do you know what the judge of a coach is in that moment? How can I still string this together to get to the playoffs? I got young superstars that are always hurt, banged up, guys missing time. I got all of this. Some of our draft picks not working out. Some of our draft picks are. Guys regressing. But I'm going to work with the lineups. What do I got today? Okay, let me make a meal out of this and get us into a point. So yes, were they up 3-1? Yes, but can we forget that their second best player missed the final 2 games?
Lamar James, 61-81. Franz Wagner was also a difference. His defense on Cade and scoring ability was missed.
Let me give you another number. He had their best plus minus in the series. With him on the floor per 100, they were also plus like 30 with him on the floor. So you take that person off and say, hey, go against the best team in the Eastern Conference all season long. I'm sorry, that's not a formula for success. The fact that they made it to a Game 7. Yes, that second half didn't get him fired. I don't think that second half got him fired. I think it was overall the way this team was just maximized. But if they were healthy, if he had 70% health versus what he did, I think the outcome would look different. If they had Franz the final 2 games, the situation would look different. So he's proven he's an outstanding coach. He's proven he should get another opportunity very soon whenever he's ready. And, that's just a coaching carousel.
Channing, thoughts before we go into Game 7?
I'll just be quick. It's just how the business is. Like Mike Malone can win a championship, next year be 6 in the playoffs, and then they fire him. Sometimes you just lose your voice. I thought Mose knew halfway through the season he was going to get fired. When your star player comes out and says, well, this or that, or, got all that bad body language during the middle of the season, yeah, they turned it around at the end. I think they win, like 12 out of their last 17 or something like that to even make 8th. Mose knew it was a wrap. And also, here's how it works, is the GM built a team. And so the GM talks to the president, talks to the owner, and they goes, hey, we're not maximizing the team that I built. I feel like there's somebody else that can maximize this team. And they're going to move on from coaches. Like, wasn't there a stat of like every coach of the year for the last 15 years has gotten fired the next year? So, like, it happens. And I just think, again, the roster is flawed. You can't have all these players that are so deficient at shooting the basketball. It's beyond me how you think that that's going to be successful. Also, at a certain point, yes, they're young. You got to look at people's health. You can't expect, you could get Phil Jackson to come coach this team, but if he got his star players, if he got 50 points sitting on the bench because of adductor strain or a knee or an ankle Jonathan Isaac, when's the last time he played a playoff series? Like Franz Wagner misses
And
half
they've lost
a
in
season.
two game
Paolo.
sevens. Two
Right.
game sevens.
And so you're like, what are you? It was just over. Now maybe he lost the voice of the locker room, but I don't know who you get. You get Jesus up in there. That's probably the only one to bless everybody with their injuries and coach them. But other than that, good luck. Good luck.
Last two things. Number one is this. When you see Jamahl just happened to be the fall guy. Because what did the Magic do this past offseason when they got Desmond Bain? They gave up a whole lot of draft picks, okay? Yeah. So when you bring in and you give up your future and give up all them draft picks to bring in a difference maker and take on a lot of salary, because y'all got to remember, Desmond Bain is on the $200+ million contract, okay? So when you bring that type of guy in, shit better work. It better work. It better work, and you better advance in the postseason. Last but not least, Shannon, I know you're probably going to be at the Banchero's family reunion now. Y'all got a great relationship. Kudos to you, okay? But all I'm saying is when Paolo is asked about this situation, I just need him to own it. Okay. I just need him to own it. Like, your head coach is not getting fired if it's not coming from your franchise guy. So when the media interviews are happening, just own it. It's okay, but just own it. I just want guys to have a certain level of accountability. These franchise guys, when these head coaches are being fired, don't say, oh, it was an organizational decision and all that shit, because all three of us know from playing with fucking Hall of Famers and franchise guys, head coaches are not getting fired without the blessing of the top dog in that locker room or on that roster.
That's not. Don't do that. Don't. No. First of all, when you say blessing, like, yes, there's more layers to that. Because Perk, I swear to God, don't start with me this morning. If you tell me that every time a coach gets fired, yes, if it's Jokic, yes, Paolo, they might have informed him. But if you making it seem like every single time a coach gets fired, they're walking the best player in there and saying, hey, we're going to do this. Come on, bro. That's not the case. Yes, they might say, hey, we're going to move on for Jamahl Mosley. But to go in there and say a 25-year-old that hasn't won yet, that hasn't been primarily healthy, and say, hey, what coach would you like? Yes, players can get to a level, but they're not doing that down the line. They're not. Rich. Okay, so they go into the top dog. They're going to go into Denny Advia and say, hey, Rich. Man, like, give us the blessing to let go of Thiago Splitter.
That is a miss. That is a miss. That is a whole
but I'm just expressing it to you. You said it in a generality. You said it in a generality that made it seem like that's the case every single time. That's not the case.
It's been the case when I've been on the fucking squad with Hall of Famers. It's been that case.
Okay, do you see a Hall of Famer on their squad?
No,
do you see a Hall of Famer on their squad?
No, but I see a
that was a case in point right there, Perk.
Yes. Do you see a Hall of Famer on their squad?
As in, you just mentioned.
We don't, but they wasn't.
Yeah, if you got KG, if you got Perk, if you got Braun,
no.
Okay, we can move on because we're not going to agree. We're not going to agree.
I'm gonna let him back his thing, and then.
Can you?
All I'm saying is that's at the time that I was playing with those guys, they wasn't Hall of Famers then.
Oh, okay.
That's what I'm saying. All I'm saying is you're not invested $200-300 million into your top guy and not going and having a conversation with him before you fire your head coach. That's like no. I just can't believe that.
So you don't believe that they had a conversation with Paolo at all?
Okay, so
I'm asking a question.
No, when I say conversation, I mean this. I believe they told him. I believe they told him.
Paolo.
They told him. Now, again, people within the organization might see he's grumpy. They might this and that, whatever. But it's like, think about when Ja Morant. How happy was Ja Morant when they fired his coach? When they fired Taylor Jenkins? When they fired him? You think they went in there and gave him the blessing? Now, I know they don't mess with Ja. I know there's a lot of transition. But at the time that was going on, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, let's say Jaren Jackson Jr., right? Well, they're moving on from those guys. So, like, so when I say it is that we can't just say it in a generality that every time a coach gets fired, they're walking the top dog into the office and saying, like, hey, what you think? That's not the case.
In a sense, there is a way that you guys are actually saying the same thing.
That's why I said we're not going to agree.
You guys are actually kind of saying the same thing. You are.
They are.
Yeah. Okay, we are going to move on with that said. I will say, Trippy, in the comment section, we will shout out you guys. We are paying attention to the chat. We appreciate you roadies all the time.
we have some
Trippy
stuff
did
we had to
say
talk about,
that
man.
he saw my walk and talk with Paolo. And I will just say, I did share with Paolo that we talk about his mom and dad on Road Trippin. Thanks to you, Channing. Channing, I had Paolo and then I had Tobias back to back, literally 30 seconds apart. Obviously, as you guys know or may not know, Tobias and Channing are cousins.
First
time I've ever
First cousins.
First time I ever had met Tobias. And I said, "Oh, I work with your cousin." And he laughed and obviously was just like, "I apologize," basically. But then at the end of the conversation, I said, "I like you better than Channing. You should come on Road Trippin."
Yeah, roll up. Roll
But
up. Dude,
shout
he
out to
balled
Paolo's
out, man.
fans yet again. All right, Game 7. The Pistons beat the Magic, of course, 116-94. If you saw it on Sunday, they won their first playoff series in 18 years. That was another intriguing storyline with both of these.
What?
That if the Orlando Magic had won, it would have been their first playoff series win in 16 years.
Yeah, they've been
Insane.
ass for a long time. No, that was the Dwight Howard era.
It was.
Right? And people forget Dwight was that dude. We don't need to go into it. Dwight was top 75, but go ahead.
Cade had 32 as average for the series, 12 assists. Tobias, a big Game 7. He had 30. Paolo had 38, but didn't get a whole lot of help from the Magic. Pistons became the 15th team in NBA history to overcome a 3-1 deficit and the second in 2 nights this past weekend after the Sixers came back and eliminated Boston on Saturday. We will get into that in a few minutes. But first, what are who? I think that's kind of obvious. The difference maker in this series. What do you guys think of Detroit? The series alone, I think Cade told Lisa Salters how much they grew up in this series alone post-game. And just kind of how you see it moving forward. Channing, you can go first.
I think this shows the value of having a vet on your team. And I think Philly and other teams that Tobias has been on, he was undervalued. And then I think here we talked to JB during All-Star break, and I was like, who's your favorite guy on the team? And he was like, oh, Tobias. I love that guy. It's like every day I know what he's going to do. I know he's going to come to work and be professional. And in those kind of games, you need that guy. You know, their offense in the half court is choppy at best at times. And then when you have a guy like Tobias, he was going to work on Jalen Suggs. And you need him to be those guys, those vets, to be confident that they can take over from their opportunities. So this is going to be a great series versus the Cavs. And I'm excited for what's next.
Perk.
Give Perk a one shot.
What? About what?
With your face.
I mean, I agree. I think they grew up into grown-ass men. I think it was a blessing for them to actually go through that adversity because the Pistons found themselves. By the way, to all the people that be in my comments talking about I overhyped Cade and Cade is not on this level and all that shit,
What?
you can kiss his ass. Yeah, straight up, kiss his and kiss mine
that?
because he showed up and showed out when it mattered the most.
Wow, Cameron.
45, what did he have on the road in Game 6? I think it was 35. Closed them out with
32
over 30
and 10 in
My
Game 6
point
after
exactly.
45.
So all those people who've been questioning because when we had a conversation and I said that I was putting Cade first team All NBA over Luka, the
Wow,
Laker
Cameron.
fans and the Luka fans came in, whatever.
There's a one shot on Perk.
But they grew up. They grew up right in front of our eyes. And the best part about it is that they found Tobias Harris. Because we was wondering who was gonna be that guy to step up and give Cade some assistance offensively. And he stepped up to the plate. We also saw in Game 7, Jenkins started knocking down shots. He started getting into the floor of things. Jalen Duren, 15 and 15. So I think it's going to help them long term because they was able to do soul searching. Y'all know this. Hey, look, when your ass get down in the series and you lose a game in the series, that film room be different. That energy in the film room, you be like, fuck, I don't feel like watching this shit. I know I'm on there because of this play, but it's healthy. It's healthy. The plane ride is quiet. The bus is quiet. Everybody got a different sense of urgency. So long term, I think Detroit is in an outstanding place. I was wondering who was going to pick up their scoring. but it seemed like it made JB also get deeper into his bag. You know who I think is going to stand out even more? Duncan Robinson. I think he's going to find his rhythm in his offense. So, shout out to Detroit. Love to see a young squad evolve throughout the course of a series and grow up.
Now, let me say this. I don't think we've ever been critical of Tobias Harris. I think we have been the group that have always wanted more from Tobias because we know his talent, his ability. I was so freaking happy for him.
Literally, you put it on all caps on our text message.
I was so no, because this is the thing. He's been in so many great playoff games. He's been in so many moments, and you just always just like, dude, he has that talent and ability, right, to be like a difference maker at a higher level. In this series, Game 1, 17, Game 2, 16, Game 3, 23, Game 4, 20, Game 5, 23, Game 6, 22, Game 7, 30. Like, that is the most consistent we have ever seen him. That right there is the best series he's ever played in his life. And with a Game 7 and the best game he's ever played in the playoffs. Like, you got to be happy for a dude because he's a great teammate. He doesn't cause any problems. Everyone loves him. He just is universal. But you look at him and you're like, man, I wish, you know what I'm saying, we can get more. Obviously, the situation in Philly, and they blamed everything on him in Philly because of his contract. Detroit's like, yo, we love Tobias. Like, come on. And then the value of the turnaround. Part of their turnaround is not just JB Bickerstaff. It's having a consistent veteran presence. Think about what Mike Conley is in Minnesota.
Talk about it.
Like having guys like that. DeAndre Jordan just won Teammate of the Year on a team that was hot dog water, right? Because he showed up and gave them some calm, right? And it was just like everyone raved about how these young players needed a veteran dude. And so for Tobias Harris to play the series of his life, have the game of his life, and I think his playoff career high is like in a Game 7, must win after coming back from down 3-1. Come on, man. That's some memorable NBA shit right there. That's like NBA history type shit. So shout out to Tobias Harris. It was freaking impressive.
The thing that stood out to me in Game 6, when it comes to Tobias, also Cade, but my vantage point of where I sat, which was second, right behind the scores table, Detroit side. So I have JB in front of me the entire time, and then watching Cade and Tobias. It was the balance of Cade and Tobias throughout the course of a game, right? That I think I learned through their own styles and the way that they play the game, etc. They take on the identity of JB one.
I got a story for you
of JB, but to be so composed. There was a moment in the game, and one of the Detroit writers was sitting next to me, and Tobias did not get a call, but I never had seen this side of Tobias, where he literally he was like, "Wake the fuck up!" Like the energy, the emotion, the emphaticness, right? But the entire game, he was just one way. You know who else is just one way the entire game? Cade. You know who else just coaches one way the entire game? Throughout that Game 6 and that 24-point comeback, who came into the huddles completely direct yet very composed? JB.
Yeah.
You're looking at your veteran presence, your star, your head coach, locked in, aligned, one triangle like you, Channing, and Kevin Love. Your little triangle thing.
Yeah.
It was like a masterful
combination. Let me tell you something dope, right? God, road tripping.
Let me tell you something.
Let me tell you something. Hey, roadies. We work our ass off.
That was a quote.
Oh, yeah, roadies, we work our ass off. You don't understand. You got Allie in the huddles for Game 6.
Reading lips.
You got me. You don't have to read lips if you're right there. You got me at Game 7. Listen to this story about JB. JB says in the road locker room, so we ask him hey, what was your message at halftime? We know it wasn't rah, 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 you're down 25. At that point in time, it's like post-mortem. You start processing, not where you're going on vacation, but you're like, hey, I might have to emotionally start to process this space. So I go, so what was the halftime like in that thing? He says there was a coach's room that's right off the locker room, right? In the visitor's locker room. So he says, I go into the coach's room and I can hear my guys. They were talking strategy. my guys were saying, we got to wake up. We got to make sure we're getting back on defense. So he says, my job, once I hear that they're positive and that they're focused, my job is not to come in there and cuss people out. My job is to go in there and show them how to do all the things that they're talking about.
He's not lying to you. That's
he's
exactly
not. No, that's
what he did.
That's what I'm saying.
How
You're telling me this.
So
you're telling me this. You're telling me this, and it's connecting the dots for what he said. So when you're the national broadcast, like the difference between regional and national, when you're the national broadcast, you get like 15 minutes with the coach in a one-on-one. So it's me, Mike Breen, Lisa Salters, our 2 producers, and Tim Legler. So we sit in there, we ask the coach 1-2 questions. So we do it with Jamahl Mosley, we do it with JB, and you do it before every game. So it's like after a while, you start building a rapport, start asking questions. So I ask him that question after he called me like a dickhead or something, and he goes, no, he's like, the coach's room was right there, and it was so close, I could hear my guys. So we're down 24, and he goes, I can hear my guys that I'm listening. They're talking strategy. They're like holding each other accountable. He's saying, we got to play with more force. So in my brain, he says he starts processing, I got to show him what more force means. He goes, we got to lock in. He goes, I got to show him what lock in. He goes, because you said they feed off his energy. Yeah. So if he would have gone in there negative, they would have fed off their energy. So he hears what the leadership of Tobias, of Cade, he hears the leadership, walks in there and says, all right, boys, we got to play with more force. We got to play with, this is how we're going to do it. This is what we need to do. Now, it doesn't mean it's going to work, but ultimately when you look and connect the dots, you understand what all of that is meaning. And I was like blown away because in game 7, it was the exact same thing. He recognized, normally JB's fiery. His team needs to see him fiery and fighting for them, but he can't bring that energy back to the huddle. Right. He's got to fight for them, be fiery there, then come in here and be calm.
No, he leaves it to his right hand man.
Yeah, Luke is a crazy one.
Which was awesome. It was so fun. All right, so now you obviously advance this because we're into the second round. But before we get there, I just say that we're going to advance this because we're going to talk Cavs-Raptors. Because who will Detroit play in the second round?
What?
The Cavs.
In the third. God, add a little more juice. Add a little more juice.
Who's Dan Gilbert going to root for?
Dan Gilbert's rooting for the Cavs.
Where is Dan Gilbert?
Detroit guy.
Yeah,
I know he's no. Listen, if I own a $2 billion franchise, I don't care where I'm from.
Aw.
Listen.
All right, game 7. In the third game, 7 of the weekend, the Cavs handled the Raptors easily, won 114-102. In the second half, talk about a halftime message. What happened in that halftime message? The game was tied at half, but the Cavs surged ahead in the third, coasted to an easy victory. The Raptors matched up extremely well until the last 24 minutes of the series, but couldn't hold on. How much confidence do you have in the Cavs after this series? Channing, it got a lot of attention. You had a lot to say last week about the Cavs. How do you feel?
I feel, honestly, that version of Jared Allen is exactly what I'm talking about. That version of him exists and can be there every game. Like, he has that. He is an all-star center. He has the ability to be a big. He was amazing last game, being physical, attacking the rim ferociously on offensive rebounds, like blocking shots defensively. And he was just an anchor for that team. And I think for me, you also look, and obviously I sent you guys that clip of Dennis Schroeder holding Donovan Mitchell accountable. And they brought it up afterwards.
The turnover in defense.
Right, and getting back on defense. And that's what they need. They needed that. And you talk about the Pistons growing up. I thought that the Cavs grew up this series. I actually have a lot of confidence, hopefully, in them. I say hopefully I have confidence. In who if they could just take that energy and do that each game. And I felt like Donovan Mitchell did what I was trying to say was like, hey, take a step back and create for other people. Yeah, he was scoring. Of course he's going to score. But I thought that once he got the double team, the ball was popping. He was creating opportunities for his teammates, and that ball was popping. And then that's how they got that separation from the Raptors. I was impressed. I was super impressed.
Perk? Can't hear you.
Oh, thank God.
Are you muted?
Oh, thank God. Thank God.
Maybe.
Scooter's coming out.
Thank guys. Perk muted.
Is Perk muted?
All right.
Oh, yeah. you just have
Unmute
to
yourself,
unmute yourself.
you big head. Anyways, do you want me to talk? Anyways, they don't want to listen to
Yeah.
you anyway, Perk. I'll take
Still
this.
can't hear
Yeah,
you.
yo, pass that ball to me, bro. I'll shoot it. Look, the Cavs were very impressive. I would say this. Bro, if you don't stop chewing like a horse on this motherfucking thing.
That's why I'm way back here.
Bitch, you could also mute it. You just saw him mute it. Yes.
My bad.
Gosh.
Squirrel.
I'm saying, man. Richard, so what series are you casting next round? I'll tell you guys about
squirrel.
that later. No, I'm reading the chat. I'm waiting for Perk to come back. We just kind of, now Perk's back. Okay. There we go.
Do you want to continue?
Yeah, I got you. The Perk, you ready?
I just said squirrel. We just
Yeah,
got
I know what you're doing. Don't. Anyways. Perk, would you like to go? Because we were waiting on you.
Don't you dare do that.
Go ahead. Go
Okay.
ahead.
This is my thing about the Cavs. I think playoffs can prepare you for the playoffs. And let me make sense. When they played Miami last...
No, say that again.
I said playoffs can prepare you for the playoffs.
That's what I thought you said. Okay.
You want me to make it make sense for y'all?
Yeah, please.
Right? Like, as a modern day philosopher. Look.
I'm here.
Some days even I wake up and think I'm overrated, right? But today's not one of them.
Okay.
Today's not one of them. Stay here.
Get out of your notes section.
Okay. Yeah, it's good. Don't. Listen. So, playoffs prepare you for the playoffs. Last year when they played against Miami in that first round, and Miami was hot dog water, right? Stale hot dog water, right? From like a vendor
Hey,
that
that
just
makes
sits
good
there.
bone broth.
It does, but my point is this. They blew out Miami 4 games by like 28 points every single game.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next round they got them Pacers. And then them Pacers was like, they was on their heels. They was like, whoa, what's this? What is this? Playoffs prepare you for the playoffs. Having a tough 7-game series, waking up in the postseason like, like everybody fired up right now. We got to wake the fuck up. Are we going to go home again? Playoffs prepare you for the playoffs. They are much better prepared for the second round than they were last year. They're much better prepared. You blow out a team 4 games, you win 65 games, you're cruising. Then all of a sudden, you find these dogs in Indiana. They're full court pressing. They're coming at you at waves, nonstop. Full court. It wasn't even a close series. What was it, 4-1? They were down. They lost the first game at home. They were down 2-0 to start the series. And so it's like you believed because they were a dominant team all year long that they could come back. But ultimately, they never recovered.
Yeah.
And it was like, to me, it was you crush everybody in the regular season. You get an 8th seed from the play-in that is Miami was trash. You sweep them like they're nothing. That's not playoff basketball. That is the worst team in the playoffs. That team should be home. And now you're going to play against a team that's about to go to the NBA Finals. You're not mentally prepared and ready for them. So I think this 7-game series, to Channing's point, they grew up. Mm-hmm. They grew up. Or if Jared Allen didn't do what they were going to go home, right? They had opportunities. We saw there are multiple stretches in the last 2-3 minutes where they lost games, turnovers, not scoring, and now you got game 7 on your home floor. You don't think your butthole puckers up? You don't think your sphincter starts tightening up, right? So that's what I'm saying. They grew up. They showed up, and they played with a physicalness and aggression that is needed in the postseason. They are better equipped to play in this next round than they were prior to this, than they were last year.
Well, I hope so.
Congratulations for making sense.
Yeah.
Perk.
I hope so. This series shouldn't have went 7 games.
Oh.
That's number one.
Should your Atlanta series versus Boston have gone 7?
No.
What about the next series that went 7?
Hold on. I just let you talk. I didn't interrupt. I didn't say shit.
Shut
I
up,
didn't
ho.
say nothing, okay? Here's my thing. When I look at teams that call themselves legit title contenders, right?
Nobody's called them that.
Huh?
Nobody's called them that.
What?
Nobody has all season. No one has called the Cavs and said
You're a fucking liar. Charles
not
Barkley, you're a fucking liar. Charles Barkley literally just
Oh,
apologized.
why would we ever listen to what my guy CB4
hold
said?
on. No. I didn't say I listened to him, but you got to. He's on the television. He literally
that's not true. That's not true. I don't listen to
He
you.
literally apologized because he said that the Cavs were coming out of the East. We have literally been talking about how this is probably, when it comes to pressure, they're on the clock for us at least getting to the conference finals. Okay? My thing is no Brandon Ingram, and shout out to the Toronto Raptors because they made the best of this shit and they balled out. Some no names became household names, including Scotty Barnes. I ain't saying he's a no-namer. All I'm saying is people know who the fuck he is if you didn't know, to the casuals out there. But my thing is, kudos. We got an appetizer of what they could possibly do. When are we going to get the whole entree? When are we going to get a consistent level of physicality, a consistency defensively from this ball club? Are we going to get that?
Facts.
They better be, or their ass
there
going
ain't
to
no
be
choice.
sent home in 5. Now when you start to get to this point and you get into these second rounds and get deep into the playoffs, Shannon, I'm with you 50% of what you're saying far as Donovan Mitchell taking the back seat. The other 50%, motherfucker, you got to take us home. Because now it's coming down to the head-to-head matchup with that fucking man-child over there in Cade Cunningham, who just showed he's ready to lead the charge, right? We got all these series that it's going to be mano-a-mano. We didn't witness it. We didn't witness, we never said, hey, Bron, in your prime in Cleveland, we need you to take a back seat. Yeah, that motherfucker finished with 12 assists, but he'll have 38 to 40 points with that as well. Like, Donovan Mitchell time is now. Anything under 25 is unacceptable to me. Like, because James Harden is not there.
Hear me out. What I'm saying was this series against Toronto, he needed to take a back seat when it came to trying to outscore the other team. The advantage was, boom, making that ball pop. That was my point. And I said that series. This series, he needs to take advantage of whoever is guarding him. He probably have Azor Thompson on him all game. He got to take advantage of that.
Azor?
Azor?
Did you say Azor?
Azor?
But Shannon, my
Who the
thing
hell is
is
Azor?
Oh, Azar, my bad.
But my pushback to you is that even in this past series, I don't think scoring and putting up points was a problem. It's still
When
consistency,
he's not
like
efficient. He's
No,
not efficient.
That's
when he's
fine,
not
but
efficient.
that's never. They're going to score points. All I'm telling you is that at some point you got to put your feet in the sand, like we seen Jared Allen do last night.
Okay,
That was the
yeah.
best fucking game of the postseason I ever
agree.
seen him play
I agree with you. I
from a
agree.
physicality standpoint. Okay,
Guess what,
I'm
bro?
cool.
'Cause
Al.
he in the jungle now with them big gorillas from Detroit. So hey, look, you got to take it how you want to go. Listen, brother, he got to take that attitude.
Hey, listen what I will say, though, to Perk point. Y'all want to prove you can handle physicality? Well, here come the Detroit. I can't even say it. Here comes
Azor
the
is a
Pistons.
dragon from World of Warcraft.
That's why he got confused.
Azula Thompson.
Oh.
Can I say this?
Azure. Shout out, it's Buckets NBA. Azure does play in the WNBA.
Oh, should we
Hey,
tell the people?
can we give Isaiah Stewart some credit?
What happened?
What?
Yeah,
No,
let's give him
because-
some credit.
No, because I just don't like how people just, like, he has this label of just being a fighter. Like, Isaiah Stewart, no. Isaiah Stewart could play the game of fucking basketball. He was, after, I believe, far as leading the league in rim protection, I believe he didn't have more blocks than Wemby, but I think he finished number 1 in the league for as percentage-wise as rim protection.
Yeah.
He knows how to play the game of basketball.
Oh,
I
yeah,
just
he
wanna
could play.
give him
Very
some
good
flowers.
player.
Huh?
He's a very
He's a
good
very
player.
good player.
No, but I'm saying to the casuals out there, they just.
yeah.
Oh,
he's
well,
just
you know.
No.
I agree with you.
I thought that's what
You
we
could
do.
tell
I
him.
thought we educate people.
That's fair. That's fair. That's what I said. I agree with you. Calm
too.
down.
I'm just saying, you the one act like you've been having beef with me. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, okay, can I ask you guys a question?
No.
What? How are we? Two things. How are we? If we're going to talk about the Cavs, how is it that Dean Wade doesn't get talked about more for how impactful he is?
When you
to
talk
the
about
Cavs?
him.
Okay, let's talk about him.
No, you talk about him.
Okay,
If
I
you
am, I
get
am.
talked about more, say it.
I think it is wild that Dean Wade and Max Strus are their, I don't want to say anchors defensively.
Yeah,
but
they
like,
are. Yeah, they are.
They
They
are.
get. Yeah, they are. Yeah, they are. Yeah.
It's crazy.
Hey, Max is
how-
nice, bro. They missed Max
No,
this year a lot. They missed
everything
him a
about
lot.
Max. Yeah.
Max went to the finals.
Max got
No,
great
I know,
hair.
but we're
Yeah,
still-
playing for the Cavs will do that. It made me go bald.
Okay. All right. Are you going to keep going? Because if not, I do want
just
to
give him credit. Give him credit.
give him credit. I do want to get the early predictions on this series. Who wins this series? How many games? Cavs, Detroit.
I got Detroit in 7.
Cavs in 6.
Richard, it's not brain surgery.
Richard, if you're wrong, who cares?
Oh, yeah, right. Yeah, fucking right.
Hey, Richard, while you thinking, let me say this to you. Let's not leave out that JB.
All right,
gonna
this
be
is what I'm
fired.
saying.
Forgot about
Hey,
that.
he's
this
gonna
one-
be
I-
fired the
Ooh.
fuck up, and his guys is gonna have his back. This matchup is
I
perfect.
still worry. This is the thing. I trust the Detroit. Like I think them.
It's hard to say. It's hard
Stop
to say.
it. Stop it.
It's hard, isn't it?
No, that's how they say it there. I only hear it in that arena. But what I would say is this: I trust San Antonio's defense. I trust.
San Antonio.
Just stay with me, Toots. I trust.
That's funny.
I trust Detroit basketball, their defense. I trust San Antonio's and OKC's. I think those three teams are so elite defensively that but where I wonder is the Pistons. The difference between Orlando and the difference between Cleveland scoring, those boys can score over there in Cleveland. There's not going to be a 21 missed shot stretch in Cleveland. That's not going to happen. Now, they might have their droughts. They might have this because that's just
Unless
basketball.
they can't handle the physicality of Detroit.
Yeah, I'm sorry. You take a bad shooting or a team that doesn't have great shooters, not a good shooting team, you'll see what you saw.
Who
It's hard for me to imagine the Cavs.
I know, seriously.
Well,
Who are you picking?
You dancing around.
Somehow, you know what's really special about this individual is that he can talk and
Everything.
think at the same time. So he is literally just carrying on this conversation, but all the
I'm
while
processing.
he is
I'm
actually processing
I'm
who he
processing.
thinks
I'm
is
just
going to win
sharing-
this series.
I'm sharing
And you know
with
what?
y'all.
I'm going to give you guys something else. If you're from the Midwest, Detroit is here, Cleveland is here, right in the smack dab middle, damn near is Sandusky. They have this incredible amusement park. It's called freaking Cedar Point. You know what it's like having to work alongside you? A gosh darn roller coaster.
Yeah, well, that's...
Because the amount of places and things and ways in which we just went around that one question.
We're still processing.
Thank
We're
you,
still
Al.
Okay, can I ask you a
fuck do you
question?
got?
Who's
It's
the
like
third
riding the
best
Raptor
player
and the
in this series?
Millennium Force all at the same time.
Okay, you know what? You're right. I apologize. Everyone is correct. All right. I will answer directly for the rest of the show. I 100%.
Who's winning the series?
No, that's what I'm saying. I will answer directly for the show. I believe that Detroit will win in 7 games.
Okay.
That's because he doesn't know. Any other thoughts before we take a break?
Who's the third best player in the series?
Your mom?
Who's the first and second?
Terrence
Who's the
Wright.
first and second?
Cade Cunningham and Donovan Mitchell?
1 and 2, just like that.
The third best player needs to be Evan Mobley.
Bro,
Like let's stop with this James Harden shit. Can we all agree on here and educate the audience, because I know it's just every single time we always the national media still want to highlight Harden is past his prime. They did not
36
bring
years
Harden.
old. He's 36.
They did not bring James Harden to Cleveland to be the second option. No, they brought him there to be more of a facilitator and be a floor general. Okay, Evan Mobley should be the second option. He is the second option. It is Donovan Mitchell, Evan Mobley, and then maybe James Harden. You might throw Dennis Schroeder and Max Strus in there before him.
Right.
I'm just saying James is getting a lot of unfair criticism at this point. His role is not James Harden of the Rockets.
No.
Like, stop with the bullshit.
Huh? Oh, Tobias.
Toby?
I've never heard him called Toby before.
Everybody calls him Toby.
Really?
Yeah. His dad is
I
great,
heard they
by the
call
way.
him
Send
Unc.
me scriptures every morning.
Uncle Terrell.
We may
Yeah,
or may
Terrell is
not
great.
have reached out to his dad to get him on Road Trippin. All right. We're going to take a quick break. Shout out to everyone in the chat. Roadies, we love you. We're going to take a quick moment, check in with our partners. We still have a lot of playoff hoops to get to. Perk, what happened to your Celtics? Let's talk Sixers, Wolves, Spurs, Lakers, and Thunder. Don't go
See,
anywhere.
y'all
We'll be
let
right
her
back.
shit. Y'all let that shit slide. She's throwing direct shots.
The playoffs are here. If you're betting the run to the title, do it with Road Trippin and Fanatics Sportsbook. Because in the playoffs, form swings. Some players heat up, others go cold. That's where squad bets come in. The smarter way to parlay, so one underperforming leg doesn't bust your bet. Build a custom squad by combining player stats into one bet. Pick points, rebounds, assists, or threes, and set your target. With squad bets, your bet stays alive, because when one player slips, another can step up. One player cannot bust your parlay. And don't forget, with Fanatics Sportsbook, you earn up to 10% FanCash back on every bet, win or lose. Use that FanCash to unlock the world of Fanatics with unlimited profit boost, exclusive merch, collectibles, and so much more. Fanatics Sportsbook, winning hits different here.
Are you tired of wearing uncomfortable dress shirts under your quarter zip, underneath your hoodie, underneath your sweater? You gotta check out Collars & Co., makers of the dress collar polo. Their shirts are a four-way stretch, buttery soft polos. The firm dress collars on them, oh, they're amazing. They give you that dress shirt look, but they're also extremely comfortable. Hey, you know who invested $1 million in them? Mark Cuban. Yes, Road Trippin's on. He's been on here talking about it, and you know this man knows a good deal. If you want to stay sharp on and off, wherever you are, you can be in the office, you can be on the golf course. It is amazing. They feel ridiculous. You got to check out Collars & Co. If you are looking for a performance dress shirt or a polo that looks great all damn day, you got to check out collarsandco.com. Use promo code TRIP for 20% off any purchase $100 or more.
Welcome back to this edition of Road Trippin', presented by Fanatics Sportsbook. What?
Do you see what it's buckets?
NBA?
He said, I just used Fanatics FanCash. Hey, we got this thing that we're going to start doing. We're going to start giving out some Fanatics FanCash to our people. We're still working on logistics, but we're going to do it. Everyone gets mad because I always jump the gun, talking about
You're the
girls'
owner,
trip.
you can.
Yeah. So this is what I'm expressing is that we're going to start giving out some Fanatics FanCash, especially the rest of the way throughout this postseason. So we're going to figure out all the logistics, make sure that we're doing it the right way, but we're going to make sure that we start giving back to you guys and giving you guys an opportunity to win some money. But you can't say stupid stuff. We're going to make them answer questions and shit.
Your role is when Road Trippin' wins, we all win. When Road Trippin' loses, it's your fault.
100%. Hey, listen.
That's why we allow you to take that.
Hey, Kendrick Lamar says, I want all the blame and all the success on my mama. You know what I'm saying?
Aw, shout out.
Yeah, he knows. You
Perk,
know.
pick
You
your
know,
face
all
up.
the stars. You know what I'm saying?
I'm
Listen
talking
to it.
directly at you
Perk.
I'm in.
with this
What
next
up?
conversation, is what I'm saying. Shout
Oh,
out.
we got so much to talk about. Our boy Jaylen Brown was I've been out here tripping. He been tripping.
Yeah, come on, man. Come
Do
on.
we go there first?
Nah, but no, let's deal
do the Celtics,
let's
Sixers?
deal what got him in his emotions
Okay.
and then his feelings.
109-100.
There's-
Victory
yeah.
in Game 7. The Sixers
Yeah.
beat the Boston Celtics in a playoff series for the first time in 44 years. Philadelphia became the 14th team in NBA history to come back from a 3-1 deficit to win a best-of-7 series. Embiid had a huge game, 34, 12, and 6, to secure his first playoff series win against the Celtics in his first Game 7 victory of his career. Before Saturday's win, the Sixers had gone an NBA record 0-18 when trailing.
have a belt?
You see that? That's what Joel Embiid did.
Is there a fly?
No.
Who said that's what Joel Embiid was? What was Joel Embiid doing, Channing? Show me what Joel
Embiid said. Oh, y'all forgot? Cade. Booch. What? Get your little ass up out of here.
Perk is not.
If you
Perk
don't
is not
get, you gotta do it on
happy.
rhythm, Channing. If you don't get look, you gotta do it on rhythm, Channing. You gotta do it on rhythm.
You want to skimp on a center, and I'm in the East?
You got Cater. You wanna?
Who? Come here. Come here. Get this.
If you
Don't move that hand. Better move that
move
hand.
that.
Hang on. Pause. Channing, did you have that belt on?
No, I got to go somewhere after this. So I just thought about it. We forgot how good Joel Embiid is.
Nah.
Out there.
No, we
Perk
didn't.
tried to keep
They
his
must- they
face
must have
so
forgot.
straight that entire time.
They must have forgot. Yeah, y'all need
Somebody
3-4
forgot.
people to guard Joel Embiid. He barely run up and down the court, giving y'all 35.
No,
Crazy.
no, we didn't. Nobody forgot. We didn't.
Somebody said
expect
call
him-
CPS.
Nobody forgot. We didn't expect him to come back.
He was at 60%. Putting the
He's the
belt.
first person to score 100 points and only playing like 4
Someone said
games.
that's his church belt.
I just look after the Celtics didn't win Game 5. I said that the 76ers was going to win that series. It was too much. That first of all, they got exposed. Joel Embiid boned them. Joe Mazzulla didn't know which direction to turn. Real talk. Cade couldn't handle it. Vucevic got benched in Game 7. He started our guy from what's the center?
Cater?
No, hell no. He didn't start Cade. He started
Garza?
another center in Game 7.
Oh, Luka Garza.
Luka Garza.
Garza.
He started Garza, which let me know that he was all over the place. He was just trying something, and he didn't have an answer for him. Okay,
Luka went.
I'm going to say
To
this.
serve me?
I'm going to tell you who else got exposed in that series. Jaylen Brown. Because the defense that Paul George and Kelly Oubre was
DJ
playing on him was phenomenal. And he went on this rant on his stream, calling out, talking about offensive fouls and push-offs, because he had so many of them, because Paul George and Kelly Oubre was on his heels like a pair of church socks. And I ain't bullshitting. I'm talking about from the time because if the threes wasn't falling, all of a sudden it was isolation for Jaylen Brown. And Jaylen Brown was struggling to get to his spots. He was struggling with his ball handling. He struggled in so many areas. And so I saw that. Last but not least, Tyrese Maxey, you are a bad motherfucker. With all those quote-unquote wing defenders the Celtics supposedly had, you sure exploited them. And he did it in great fashion. The balance, the maturity of being a floor general was phenomenal to see. I think that's what you're asking, Shannon, for Donovan Mitchell to do.
Yeah.
But still in all, Tyrese Maxey was still getting his 25.
Totally. Efficiently.
Well, okay, I get that, but he
Okay,
was
there we
still getting his 25 while PG, BJ Edgecombe, and Embiid was getting some of the motherfucking pie. All I'm saying is I got to give him some credit, a whole lot of credit.
BJ Edgecombe is
How
amazing
legit are the
to
Sixers?
watch. I mean,
Did you just glitch, bro?
I really thought about it. Here's my analogy. It's a wonderful car, but the gas light, it don't work. So you never know how much gas you got in there. It could be a full tank.
I've had
or
a
you
car
could
like
be on
that.
E.
You got to
Right?
judge the
And so
miles. You got to
that's-
look at how many miles you went. You got to look at how many miles you went.
Yeah, Joel Embiid, you never know. Brother could sneeze wrong and his ear is broken and the eyelid falls off. You don't know what's happening with it. So if he's healthy, you could say they could win a championship. If he ain't healthy, if he hurt his little toasty daddy, then he's done.
Hey,
No,
speaking
but
of
you
toe,
gotta give-
shout out to his son. He lost his first tooth. Channing, I do want to add perspective because last week you wanted to dive into it and we didn't get into it. Joel's the appendix.
Dog. I got my appendix out. It took me almost 2 months to come back, right, for the surgery.
The motherfucker still look in to me.
The fact that he's wrapping his stomach, I think, people, they got to remove the appendix from your stomach. The fact that he's jogging up and down
From your
stomach,
abdomen. I don't know if you
Yes.
remove it from your stomach.
Oh, yeah, your Shut up.
I can't. Y'all just gotta be so fucking.
The fact he's doing that is beyond me. It took me so long to come back and feel comfortable getting hit in the stomach or the abdomen. And, dude, give him credit. Like, my guy's out there, oh, Lord. Why you look like that?
Well,
You basically- but isn't it true,
the
like-
pain tolerance?
That, and
Well,
isn't
a
it
guy
true
like
of like
you and
you're
him.
having to kind of rebuild up your abdomen,
your abs,
and
yes.
to think that he's coming back in the playoffs, in the postseason. I think that's the perspective that is just.
Whatever
Allie,
medicine they got him on is got to be strong.
Allie, it could happen. You know what I'm saying? Like I told you, I didn't play with that, but I tore my groin, which was part of my abs at the time. You know what I'm saying? And I held off surgery. I held off surgery throughout, and we went to the finals. I was wrapped all the way up, getting that total raw shot in my ass 75 minutes before the game. Pain reliever. It's who you are. Shannon, obviously, your ass would have sat out longer, but Joel Embiid is built different. You know what I'm saying? Certain players are just built different.
He's just used to being hurt, so he's just playing. Hey, I'm 60%. That's 30 points. Like,
I want to talk
that's
about a
crazy.
little bit more of where the
What were we gonna say? Go ahead.
What would you like?
No,
to
no,
say?
I didn't know where were you going. I
You
just
went
want,
like this.
No, I want to know where you were going first. I was gonna
The
speak.
detour segment. I know you were gonna speak.
No, I
What
was
would
gonna
you-
speak on. Wait, so we're detour, so we're switching off of this?
No, we're talking Jaylen Brown.
Oh, okay,
Celtics.
that's why I didn't know what the detour segment was. That's why I said go ahead.
Okay, that's not what happened. All right, we're moving on to the detour segment.
I have my detour segment stuff ready.
Brought to you by Fanatics Sportsbook. Download the Fanatics Sportsbook app now and use code Road Trippin at sign up to keep up with us over there. For this detour segment, we're going to talk about Braden Fiocco. I believe that's how you pronounce it. I apologize if that is not how you pronounce his last name. Saying that there are 50 to 100 guys in the NFL who could do what the Thompson twins or Lou Dort do on a nightly basis, and that there is not one guy from the NBA who can do what Myles Garrett does on a weekly basis.
There's only one Myles Garrett. There's only one Myles Garrett even in the NFL. Idiot.
He is also. He also stated only 5% of NBA guys have actual skills in a bag. Other 95% are oversized athletes that run and jump for 48 minutes a night.
What?
Bro, well, no.
It's gotta
okay.
be the dumbest shit I have
And
ever
we
heard
say some
in
dumb.
my
We
life.
say some dumb things. The three of us collectively, and Allie just at times,
She's not.
just
She's
at
like,
times. That is okay. That is dumb on a galactically huge level.
So he's tripping?
Tripping.
Allie, he ain't got no feet. That's how much
Listen,
he's
bro,
tripping. He ain't got no feet.
bro. Perk. As the least talented person here, Perk, I will allow you to speak first. As the least athletically gifted person here, I will allow you to speak.
You don't get that from being least talented,
Can you toss
motherfucker.
me that ball right there?
You
Can toss me that
don't
ball right
get
there?
No,
that.
it's in the thing.
No, I know you got one, but I'm just saying you don't get that for being least talented, motherfucker. So don't get it twisted.
Don't
Listen,
get it twisted.
I'm
here's
saying I
what
got
saying.
ball. Look, no.
I ain't saying you don't. All I'm saying is this. I always tell people when they start shooting bullshit out there like that and disrespecting our game, I would like to remind people to go pull up footage from 4 or 5 years ago when somebody called themselves disrespecting Brian Scalabrine. Kudos for disrespecting.
I don't have one.
No. I'm just saying.
You got a
called me
Gatorade State Player of the Year.
Yeah, I
Hey,
can get one of those.
hey, listen. I didn't say nothing. I didn't say you wasn't. You called me the least talented. Here's the thing. What I'm explaining is go look at footage when a random tried to talk shit to Brian Scalabrine and he cooked his ass in a
You know how
one-on-one.
good you have to be to suck in the NBA?
But like it's just.
I'm being real. That's a compliment.
Brian Scalabrine said, I'm closer to wait, what did he say? He said,
I'm closer to LeBron than you are to me.
Than you are to me. And he was
That's
cooking.
true.
If you know what? Guess what, football players? If you can, come do it. We have guaranteed contracts. If you can do it, if you can do what Amen and his brother do, then come do it.
Oh man.
Stop talking.
Oh
Just
man,
come
it
do
is.
it.
I love you, Channing.
What happened?
He said, "Oh man, Azora and oh man."
Yeah, a man and Azura. Just come and do it. Also, Myles Garrett has been Myles Garrett since he was in high school. He has been building himself up to look like that, to be that. Like,
None of us, nobody can fucking NFL players can't do what Myles Garrett do.
No.
How about that? The fuck is he talking about?
Way to pick the one freak of nature. You know what I could do? I bet you I could kick a field goal if you give me 2 years to work on it.
I can kick one right now.
See, I can kick you a 30.
I need it.
I know
it.
what I can do. I could go line up as a defensive tackle right now. I guarantee you that. And go get my feet. You got me
mushed. You gonna get mushed, dog.
Well, you got me messed up.
Right in the throat.
Channing said, "Oh man, Thompson." Look at the comments.
What'd they say?
Guys, now you know why we love Channing.
Okay, so that was an easy one. Now we'll get back to the Celtics and the Trippin segment.
No, I'm not done with that idiot.
Oh,
I'm not done with that
okay.
idiot. Hold on.
Let's
I'm
wait.
not done with that idiot. Hold on.
Richard had to go take a
bro.
tiki.
Listen, wait, let me get this ear set in because I want to hear my constituents.
Can you spell that?
Okay. What did that idiot say again? Now, I know he did it for clickbait, but, like, listen, you want attention, sometimes you don't get the attention. We'll give it to you just because we're bored. We got nothing else to do.
Let me find it. Okay.
We got guaranteed money. If y'all want to come over here and get this guaranteed money, come on.
Do it.
Saying that there are 50 to 100 guys in the NFL who can do what the Thompson twins or Lou Dort do on a nightly basis, and that there's not one guy from the NBA who can do what Myles Garrett does on a weekly basis.
And I agree. I will agree with that. But you know what? You guys only have one Myles Garrett. There's only one. There's nobody else in the NFL that can do what Myles Garrett does on a weekly basis. Even your art. Damn it, they can't hear me. I'm fucking annoyed. Yes, can you guys hear me?
Is he unmuted?
Yeah, I can.
Yeah.
You can hear me? Okay, good. Luka Doncic, shut up. This is what I'm saying. But do you see how dumb his argument is? You only have one Myles Garrett. Nobody else can do it. But that's not the point. At the end of the day, NBA players are the best athletes in the world. They're the biggest, strongest, most athletic, most skilled. They have to play offense. They have to play defense. You have 7-footers that have to guard. They have to guard smalls that are so fast, so quick. Yeah, so you have to use size. You have to use quickness. There's a level of intelligence, right? We don't play one side of the ball. We have to be able to play both. Baseball, respect. You got to hit. You got to field, right? You got to be able to do both. But we have to be able to do every single thing. So the only thing I'm saying is there are 450 of us. How many of you guys are there?
A lot.
Our club is far more exclusive.
Let me do the math.
So if you are not, if you are not a part of that, while I will respect your opinion, even if it's wrong, just be careful what you say.
Fuck that. I'm tired of being nice. The real truth is that majority of football players' first love was basketball, but you wasn't fucking good enough.
They just weren't good enough.
So you wasn't good enough, so you had to go
You're
take
not tall
your
enough.
ass
Go
to
be
the
a
football
defensive
field
back.
and know how to be a fucking linebacker and tackle, or a defensive end and tackle, or a fucking safety and cover because your ass wasn't skilled enough. Let's just keep it a buck, right? It's more opportunities on the football field, like you just said, RJ.
Did they say? Wait, I didn't do the math. They said it was 52 players. 30. Is that 1,500? Are there really 15?
No, it's more like I think it's a little bit over 60.
Do you know 5,000 people have played in the NBA? In the history of the NBA? Y'all got 1,500 people currently. Jeez. God, that's so cute.
football.
And shout out to the WNBA. Shout out to the WNBA. You know why? Because they have less teams, less roster spots. Statistically speaking, it is harder to play in the WNBA than it is in the NBA, the Major League Baseball, or the NFL. So shout out
Haley
to
Van Lith just got cut or waived.
Yeah.
She was the 11th pick 2 years ago. She just got waived today.
I think she's a gold medalist in 3-on-3 also. She's a gold medalist, right? I believe in the 3-on-3.
I like your facts about the WNBA and just that point in general.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So like,
There's a lot of women out there that should be on
and
a
that's
roster.
why expansion that's why expansion is important. So look, bro, until y'all numbers match the WNBA, until they match other leagues, like, bro, don't like, we're not even the hardest league to play in, right? Our women's league is far harder than it is to even play in our league. So like, you got to chill out, player.
Just calm it down.
All right, we're gonna go on to this next round matchup, Knicks and Sixers
Hold on,
preview.
Allie.
Yeah,
I didn't get Richard and Shannon comments about Jaylen Brown.
we're gonna use that as our Trippin segment and finish the episode.
My fault. My apologies.
Well, we're finishing the segment on Jaylen Brown. So everybody, hold up.
We have done, how many episodes have we done with Road Trippin? I think we've done like 1,500 episodes. Let's just sit on that number, 1,500. And you guys still question me to do my job?
No, we just didn't know. We didn't know.
No, we don't. No, we don't.
We didn't know.
Let me shut the fuck up, because let me tell you what's happening. These two are rubbing off on me, and that's
Perk, you're supposed to be on my side.
I'm better than that. I would not lower my
Whoa,
standards.
bro,
to
she
be
said you're supposed to be on her
disobedient.
side, but then she threw a shot at your Boston Celtics on the way to break. Don't see how she
Facts
works?
are facts.
Don't
Facts are
see how
facts.
she works?
Facts are facts, though. All right, let's do the Knicks-Sixers preview. Sixers will face the Knicks in the second round. That begins tonight, I believe. Embiid asked fans to show up this series. This is fun. You had a good thought for me before the show started. And don't sell their tickets to New Yorkers. Josh Hart doesn't think his plea is going to work. After practice on Sunday, he told the media, quote, "I expect it to be similar because Knicks fans travel. They're probably the best fans in the NBA in terms of traveling and going to games. It might be cheaper to do that than go to the Garden." So he thinks Knicks fans will take over the Sixers Xfinity Mobile Arena, similar to how they did in 2024. Who do you guys have in this series and why? What do you think of that comment from Josh Hart and just Embiid's thoughts in general?
This is what I would say.
Do a little preview.
Can you guys want to go first? This is what I would say.
Mo from NYC is saying it as well. And
Mo,
we're taking over your arena.
Yeah, you tell
Philly.
them, Mo. They did the exact same thing. I had an opportunity to play against the Knicks. I had an opportunity. They call it the Subway Series. Obviously, it's cheaper to go to the Meadowlands than it is to go to the Garden. It was 60% fans. It was 60% of the fans. And we still swept them. We still swept them. But my point is they had way more fans in that building. My whole point to Joel Embiid is I don't care who's in the building, bro. Philly has a bigger fan base than New Jersey at the time. We were playing against the New York Knicks. It was 60% of their fan base was in the building. You got to go perform. The Knicks fan base is the Lakers and the Knicks have the biggest fan base, period. In my opinion, when it comes to travel, even greater than the Celtics. I don't care what Perk says, even greater than the Celtics. Lakers, it probably, in my opinion, probably goes Lakers, Knicks, then the Celtics. The Knicks fans, and I say this because why the Knicks fan base is so unique. The other two teams are battling for NBA supremacy, like 18, 19 championships. Knicks haven't won a championship since 1942. And so the fact that this team still travels so well, their fan base is ridiculous. Shout out to the Knicks fans. Y'all are irrational, y'all are crazy, but y'all support the heck out of your team.
Like
And
Cowboys
delusional.
fans.
Yeah, like Cowboys fans. The Knicks fans are the Cowboys fans, 1,000%. They love their team. They know its shortcomings. And so if you live up in Jersey and you're a Knicks fan, you're just going to go to the Philly game. It just makes sense. So, it ain't going to work.
Because of Joel Embiid comments, that makes me further lean more towards the Knicks, and I got the Knicks in 6 because Richard is right. If you're begging and asking for this already, then to me, you done already lost the series because the game is still one between the lines.
Yeah.
And my thing is, the Knicks are fucking legit. they needed that wake-up call in game 2 and game 3 because they went and found themselves. You talk about soul searching. Damn it, the biscuits are buttered over there with the New York Knicks. On both ends of the floor, the biscuits are buttered. They have found their identity offensively and defensively. Hey, Mike Brown, guess what you did? Shout out to Steve Kerr. What you did, Mike Brown? No. This is showing Steve Kerr some love, Richard.
Okay.
Wait,
This
no,
is showing
hang on,
Steve-
Perk. Really quick for you. For that right there, we all were like holding our breath. Like, what is he going to do? What is he going to say about Steve Kerr?
No.
That's what that reaction was.
Not because what Mike Brown did was go steal a page out of Steve Kerr's book for as how he's utilizing Karl Anthony Towns. They're playing somewhat like Golden State. Well, Karl Anthony Towns has become this point center. That's why we didn't witness 2 out of the 3 games he's had a triple-double. Because now we're seeing a lot of back screen action with the offense. We used to call it delay. You remember when the bigs used to start it was a delay action, but I think they call it something different.
That's
but
a
now,
great question.
But now all of a sudden we're seeing backdoor cuts. We're seeing Karl Anthony Towns make over-the-head passes. And what are we witnessing? We're witnessing Mikal Bridges. He finally got out of his slump. OG Anunoby is getting easier looks, whether that's cuts to the baskets or wide open threes. Defensively, Karl Anthony Towns, salute. Boy, you are doing your fucking job defensively. You have been anchoring that defense, holding those guys under 100 points, the Hawks, for 3 straight games. Josh Hart, Swiss Army knife, cutting everybody everywhere but loose. You started off guarding Jalen Johnson, no impact on the series. CJ McCollum got going, damn it, that was your assignment. You shut that water off. They have found themselves. It's a beautiful thing to see. And I will say this, the Knicks, all they got to do is stay true to what they've been doing over the past 3 games. They're going to win this series against the Philadelphia 76ers in 6 games. By the way, I'm going to add, Jalen Brunson, we think he owned Madison Square Garden in the clutch time. Shit, he resigned in Philadelphia.
Okay, so what's going on? Why are we echoing?
Oh.
Thank you. Okay, so that was a great breakdown there, Perk. You had Knicks in 6. We obviously did the Cavs-Detroit series. Your thought really quick on who will win this series, Channing, just in terms of prediction.
I got the 76ers.
Sixers
I think
in.
if C.J. McCollum was given Brunson the business, what do you think Tyrese Maxey and VJ Edgecombe are going to do?
Yeah, but they got
Embiid is
defenders
healthy.
with the Knicks, bro. Yeah, they're going to search out Brunson. You're right. They're going to search out Brunson. That's every team strategy. But they also got Mikal. They also got
guard
OG.
Joel Embiid?
What?
Who's going to guard Joel Embiid?
No one. Oh, no.
Combination?
There's only one Miles Garrett.
No, but a combination of Mitchell Robinson and Karl Anthony Towns. We could see a double big lineup. Big Mitch has been great.
He has been great.
So you got
I
Sixers
got
in
the
what?
76ers. In 7.
Rich.
Okay, so this one time,
At band camp.
I believe that the Knicks will win in 9.
Okay.
Okay, with Knicks in 7, relax.
Knicks in 7. Okay. I'm gonna do this super chat, and then we're gonna end with the Jaylen Brown Celtics conversation. But this is a great.
This is a
super
great
chat
question. Teddy Hart, top 5 question we've ever had in the chat.
Teddy Hart 2913. You guys have to follow this. So either Harden wins a ring, SGA repeats, Braun gets his 5th, Embiid redeems the process, Knicks break their 53-year curse, Ant gets Minnesota their first ring. Since the Lakers or Wemby is crowned in season 3, which is most meaningful?
Oh, that's not even close.
What?
Braun getting his 5th ring at 41 years old is, come on, y'all. It's okay. No offense, it's not going to happen. But
You said,
for some
I can't
reason-
wait to clip that and put it in the chat. No offense, it ain't gonna happen.
It ain't gonna happen. But I mean,
Hey,
listen.
your man is not gonna, that's my man.
man.
That's my man. That's
We
my
gonna be golfing,
man.
brother. Listen, I don't know. We haven't talked about OKC because they've been chilling for a week. They went there, got the belt, whooped who they needed to whoop, and went
Shannon,
about
you
their
have to
business.
keep that belt the rest of the playoffs, please.
I will. But no, I just think, obviously, Ant, I don't know if he's even going to play. Harden is Harden. SGA repeating is probably what's going to happen. But Bron getting his 5th ring at 41 with this team would change the narrative. I mean, it would not change the narrative, but there wouldn't be a narrative. There wouldn't be a conversation anymore. It would be like, stop that mess. 41?
Well,
Stop.
okay. So this is tough. Which one is more meaningful? Right, you're right. Bron winning his 5th, that type of stuff. But this is what I would say. If we were to rank them in order of most likely to happen, equally meaningful, right? Do you see what I'm saying? Like one of those axes. I would have to say Wemby being crowned in season 3.
For sure.
I think because that would mean that he took down Bron from his 5th, he stopped SGA from repeating, and he stopped the Knicks from possibly ending a 53-year curse. You know what I'm saying? Minnesota, which is their series now, and then Embiid, regardless of whoever gets over there. I think we haven't seen a superstar win a championship in his first 3-4 years. I'm trying to think. Magic won in his first one. What year was D Wade was made? D Wade was probably in his 3rd or 4th year of Flash.
Was he a rookie?
He was not a rookie in Flash, bro. He was no. His rookie year he took down. I remember he took down. Was it Charlotte?
It was in 06. He came in the league in what, 03?
Yeah, he bodied BD and hit the game winner. Oh, that was a crazy shot. Go ahead, we're gonna clip that. D Wade was a problem.
So you're going Wemby.
So I think Wemby would, because to establish a new hierarchy in your stop it. To establish a new hierarchy with Wemby Defensive Player of the Year, he would get Finals MVP, then he would win a championship. I think for the league and what that would look like that's like a look forward versus I think Bron winning his 5th would be like a closing of a book, right? Style.
Conversation.
Yeah. I think SGA repeating puts him in a category amongst greats, right? Elite greats, where now you're focused on how great can he become. Mm-hmm. But I think Wemby winning that would be like oh shit, here we go. Like what's about to happen?
Perk?
Well, shout out to Teddy Hart 2913. This is a fucking, is it legendary question? This
legend.
Yeah.
Right. Yes, that type, because all these questions and like these guys is legacy moments. So it's hard as hell because I want to lean towards Braun, SGA. RJ, you made a great point with Wemby, but I'm looking at fucking Anthony Edwards. And now it got me thinking. By the way, y'all know Anthony Edwards, Sean Sharania just reported that Anthony Edwards is trying to play today.
What?
Yes. He is trying to play today. He wants to play. So the medical staff, now he's pushing so hard that he's persuading the medical staff. So he's going to go through his pregame shooting and stuff on the floor. And then it's going to be basically a game time decision. I literally just saw that before the show started. Anyways, can you imagine if Anthony Edwards, he just sent Jokic ass home.
Well, technically.
His squad did.
Technically.
I mean,
Jaden
regardless, it still go. Minnesota is his team.
I know what you meant. We just messing.
Yeah.
We messing with you. We messing with you.
Yeah. Okay. So he sent the Nuggets and Jokic home. Jokic is an all-time great. Okay, and you going to San Antonio as a heavy underdog, and you send the new golden child to the fucking crib in Wemby. Okay, we all know that Wemby is going to be an all-time great. So we could already, I don't think it's jumping off the porch saying that. And then you happen to match up with either Braun or SGA. I'm leaning towards SGA. in the conference finals, and you send him home, and then you get to the fucking finals, and it might be you may be matched up with a Jaylen Brunson or Embiid or whatever. We will be looking at a top 5 greatest NBA run. That would be ranked top 5 in the history of the game for its championships.
What's
in
the
my
probability of that happening?
I don't think it's far off. I don't think Richard. I don't think it's far off. I have San Antonio picked to win this series in 7, but I don't believe that it's far off because this core group of Minnesota has been to back-to-back conference finals. These motherfuckers is playing with a level of confidence and aggression that I haven't seen in a minute. They walk the coach. We talk about JB establishing the culture. What the fuck is Finch established? I love how petty he was saying, oh, they wanted us. They had a choice and they chose us. They used that as motivation. So all I'm saying is individual runs, I think back and I go back and kind of compare it to like what Paul Pierce did, right? Paul Pierce in 2008, Joe Johnson, and if to all you youngsters out there that don't know Joe Johnson, you can go research him with the Hawks, a fucking bucket getter. Braun,
What's that?
the Pistons, and then to top it off, go through Kobe in the NBA Finals. Anthony was cancel out all these all-time greats and legends and go win him a championship? Shit, what we talking about?
I love the fact that all three of you literally found a way to make great arguments for 3 different things in terms of that question and what could be the most meaningful. That was a great question. Having said that, let's stay on the Spurs and Minnesota series for a second because that starts tonight. The initial target was as early as games 3 or 4 for Ant Edwards to return. But as Perk just let us know from Shams reporting that he is trying, he's listed as questionable, trying to play here in game 1. I do want kind of just your quick thoughts on this series, prediction-wise, who wins it, how many games, and maybe one quick take on it going in. Channing.
San Antonio in 6. I just think they're down a lot, and I think they're not going to be able to attack like they were attacking. Minnesota's not going to be able to attack San Antonio like they were doing the traffic cone Denver Nuggets. So, like, all
You know, when they say attack all the bad defenders, shout out Jaden McDaniels. Which one are you going to attack?
Yeah,
there ain't any out there.
No, and then you got to Gobert, but then we got a Wemby. So I don't know how that matchup goes, but I got San Antonio. I just feel like they are going to be locked in, and even if they don't make a lot of jump shots, I still think they have the advantage of attacking the rim and spacing the floor with Gobert out there.
What about the battle of the Frenchmen?
San Antonio in 7.
San Antonio
The
in 7.
the OG against the young boy.
I actually like that. Perk, what did you say, San Antonio and how many?
I got San Antonio in 7.
In 7. It'll be fun. That begins tonight. All right, the other one we want to preview really quick. In the Western Conference, obviously the Lakers facing the OKC Thunder in the second round. Each are missing all NBA level players. No J-Dub or Luka Doncic, sidelined with hamstring injuries. The Thunder beat LA 4 times in the regular season. Who do you have in this series? What's your overall take? Rich, I'll start with you.
What was the average margin of victory?
30.
The one game probably offset it by.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think OKC in 7.
OKC in 7. Do you guys realize that Rich picked every series in 7?
Yeah, we know what he's doing. OKC in 5.
OKC in 5?
Yeah, Listen, this is I think. Congrats, Lakers, Braun. But listen, brother, they have been watching you for a week, and they like, oh, okay, y'all do this, we got this. Y'all got this, we got that. I just think, who do you got to guard SGA?
Nobody.
Right. And then if you ask LeBron to guard him, now think about how exhausted he's going to be. Come on, I just don't. Even without J-Dub, I just feel like they are rolling on all cylinders. So I give it 5.
Perk?
Yeah, this shit over in 5.
Lakers?
This shit over in, no, absolutely. No. And the sad part is it's the sound bite of Braun, one of those games after they played OKC, and said, what he basically said, that's a championship squad over there.
That was 4 months ago.
It don't matter, Allie.
They have less players than they have less players now. No, the Lakers have been outstanding, man. I got to give them credit.
At this
Yeah,
point,
I don't
at this
No. They got to be outstanding. But it's different, man. It's like, sometimes it's like, man, we appreciate y'all coming out.
Point. If the Lakers lose in this, nobody's going to give
No.
a fuck.
It's no different than what everyone said in the first round. Do you think they care?
It's a little different.
No, I'm saying, no, time out. It's no different than the first round when everyone said that they weren't going to even win a game against Houston. The narrative is the same. Do you think they care
Yeah, but the
what
teams
the
are
narrative is?
but the teams are different.
No,
Houston,
100%.
yeah,
I'm not like.
I understand that. What we're expressing, what we're just saying is that you can have the same mindset. That's what I guess it's like. You can have the same mindset. We don't care what anyone says. To me, Houston was a beatable team. They had options. But when you look up, can you pop that up there again one more time, Christian? That graphic that you just had, Christian? Hey, Christian, that thing that you just popped up for us? The top seeded Oklahoma City Thunder swept the Los Angeles Lakers 4-0 in the regular season, dominating with an average margin of 29.3 points per game. That's tough. And they played in November. And then they stretched it out. Then they played again in February. Then they stretched out. Then they played in 2 games in April. And obviously regular season is not the postseason, but it's like I believe that the Lakers can win games in this series 1,000%. 1,000% I think they can win games in this series, especially in LA because their role players will play with far more energy. But to say do they have a chance to win the series? I think the chances are on the slim side. But we've seen crazier things. We just saw multiple Game 7s across the board.
We're talking
Detroit
Kelly
Game 7.
Osbourne slim.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you guys have that one figured out. Let's move on. Last segment. Anything else before in terms of playoff previews?
Nope.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
No.
For what?
Jaylen Brown.
Oh.
We're going to finish with our straight trippin' segment. Jaylen Brown is saying that flopping has ruined the game. Quote, Joel Embiid is a great player, one of the best bigs in basketball history, but he flops. He knows it. This ain't breaking news. It is what it is. In another part of the Twitch stream, Brown showed a play in which Sixers forward Paul George appeared to push off slightly before making an offensive move. If you're going to call push-offs, call that. Same move, same refs. Oh, it's nothing. It's play on, right? But you're going to call me, everybody does it, but if it would have been me, it would have been an offensive foul. Every good basketball player does this. What are you all talking about? They clearly had an agenda, Brown said. If Jaylen does his move, call the offensive foul and follow him every time. I don't know if it's because I pissed the refs off. I've been critical about them, and I called them out a bunch of times. So they were like, you know what? I got you in the playoffs. Watch this. Do you agree or disagree with the segment?
He's tripping.
Go ahead. Let our Celtic guy. Let our Celtic guy go.
Go ahead. Yeah.
JB, I get it, bro. Like the villain role, you not being invited to USA basketball. We don't see you on a lot of commercials because you're highly educated, graduated from Cal, know your history, you speak your mind, you speak your truth, which may turn off a lot of brands and stuff like that from doing deals with you. I understand and I applaud you when it comes to that part. But this shit right here that you talking, you can miss me with all this shit. You up 3-1. Motherfucker, your ass flops at times to sell calls. I don't want to hear that. It was no agenda whatsoever. The agenda was that y'all couldn't make shots. The agenda was that y'all refused to switch up y'all style of play of shooting threes after threes after threes when at times y'all could have drove the damn basketball and went got some fucking layups or put some pressure on the referees. The referees are not going to give the Celtics calls because they shoot a lot of jump shots. If you're a team that's aggressive, guess what? You put pressure on the referees. You're a team that's not aggressive. You live by the 3, you die by the 3. Y'all died by the 3. Y'all was up 3-1 in this series. You fucking lost 3 home games in the Boston Garden. 3. It used to be a sacred place. It used to be a hard place to win, for opponents to win games in there. But instead, Tyrese Maxey, Joel Embiid walked into your motherfucking crib, shoes all muddy, went kick their feet up on your coffee table, ordered DoorDash with your credit card. That's how comfortable they was. Rubbing their toes, wiggling their toes together. So don't come telling me about an agenda that the league or the referees or anybody had towards y'all. The agenda was that y'all didn't protect home court. Y'all fucking lost the game. Y'all didn't want to make adjustments and go outside y'all comfort zone, and y'all kept shooting them dumbass three-point shots because y'all had success doing it because y'all won the championship 2-3 years ago. And all of a sudden, you know what ended up happening? Because y'all didn't have the business in Game 5 at home and close them out, you go to Philadelphia in Game 6, and now the crowd is involved, and now all of a sudden Joel Embiid looks a ton better, and he's balling, and guess what happened? Because the series got extended, Jason Tatum gets hurt. So guess what? In the crucial Game 7, you don't have your partner in crime because y'all decided not to fucking handle business. Take ownership, zero excuses. I don't want to hear the shit. Philadelphia 76ers kicked y'all ass. They did what they were supposed to do. Y'all didn't do anything, starting from the coaches on down to you. To you, JB. And I love you. I voted you. You finished top 5 in my MVP voting. But y'all didn't get it done, didn't cut the mustard. That's the agenda.
Go ahead, Shannon.
I just think it sounds entitled. No offense, Jaylen Brown is a very, very good player. I don't know if I've ever heard a player that's at his caliber go on to media outlets and say like the NBA has an agenda. And let's be real. If the NBA has an agenda for any team, it would be the Lakers or Boston. Why? Because those teams travel the best.
Facts.
Dummy. Those
I saw
teams would
this-
always, Knicks, Boston, Lakers, 76ers, maybe Bulls. Those teams would be great every year if we really had an agenda. So what are you talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Also, you have big deficiencies. As great as you are, you have big deficiencies dribbling the basketball, especially versus pressure guards. So if you address that, then maybe we'll maybe sort of believe you. But until then, my guy, you sound crazy. You sound like an entitled, spoiled baby. They're coming after me. Stop it.
Yeah, like Jaylen is one of the most talented dudes in our league, right? He was, MVP candidate, one of the smartest guys, and I can understand the chip on his shoulder. I think it's unfair to say that our league is tainted because he is being singled out, right? So Jaylen Brown, he averaged last year 5 free throws a game. The year before, 4 free throws. The year before, 5 free throws. The year before, 4 free throws. Pretty consistent. This year, he averaged a career high 7.5 free throws a night. His team, they lost, and they shot from the three-point line. Let's pull this up.
At one point, they were 13 of 44.
Yeah, let's pull it up. What they shot from the three-point line. They were 13 for 49. They shot 49 threes.
Damn.
And this is the thing. So you shot 20 more threes than the Philadelphia 76ers. You shot 20 more threes than them. They only shot 7 more free throws than you. Like they shot 23 free throws, right? You shot 16. Mm-hmm. So you had 20 more three-point shots. That means those are shots that you are not attacking the paint. You are not getting downhill. You are not doing that. Now, if he wants to go specific and point on the push-offs and this, you're saying is that other players are allowed to get away with this foul and you aren't. But you're not saying it's not a foul. You're saying you're referee different, and I understand the frustration in that. But ultimately, we are all taught as players to look inward. What could I do differently? For me to get up on a podium, for me to get up in front of a Twitch stream and start talking about the reason why I lost is because of other things outside of my control or my performance, or dude, you didn't have Jason Tatum, or my performance in the second half. For us to get up there and not take 100% accountability, you can say the referees are trash. You can say the referees are trash or they were terrible tonight. But to say there was an overall agenda when you look at your team, last year when you guys lost to the Knicks before Jason Tatum went down, you had missed 50 threes in 2 games, and you want to talk about a whistle. Now, if you want to point out specific things, okay, right? Referees miss calls. There's human error. But your style of play does not lead towards high level of free throw attempts. And even in this game, you shot 20 more threes. They shot 7 more free throws, and they have a Joel Embiid. And they got a Tyrese Maxey. They got a VJ Ed that are going downhill every single day. So it feels very emotional. It feels very emotional, his statement. And he is normally a very conservative person. But to me, when it just lacks accountability. I didn't like this whistle. I feel like certain things, but to say that it's ruined our league, you have to understand the power of one of your voices. You have to be self-aware that if a first-team All-NBA guy goes up there who just shot a career high in free throw attempts is now complaining about this, and not just complaining about the game or this, saying the overall league is tainted, I can't ride with you there, even if I respect you. I can't ride with you on that. That's not true. If you're not going to look inward, one thing we know about Bron, what does he say? Win or lose what?
Put it on me.
It's all his fault. Win or lose is all his fault. That's the end of the story. Doesn't mean he doesn't have his opinions. Doesn't mean he doesn't have refs that he likes or refs that he feels doesn't like him or he doesn't. It means that win or lose, it's all me. And that's that next stage. Jaylen Brown, elite. He'll recover. He'll be back in the NBA Finals again someday, very, very soon, in my opinion. But it lacked accountability. Here are the reasons why we lost. And it wasn't because of our style of play. It wasn't because if you look at all of our losses in the last 3 years in the postseason, go look directly at our three-point percentage. And you're an elite defensive team, but your offensive selection is affecting your performance. End of story.
Great conversation. Great perspective from all of you. I do want to just wrap it up here. Where do the Celtics go from here?
Into next year, we're one of the top 3 teams in the conference. In my opinion, one of the top 5 teams in the league. Mm-hmm. Jason Tatum looks like, if you're worried about investing again, because you're like, how healthy is Jason Tatum? Jason Tatum looks like he's going to be a first-team All-NBA player again next year.
Perk?
One, I believe that Peyton Pritchard, he might be eligible for a contract extension. They're going to have to figure that out because they could be in danger of losing him because he's on a very team-friendly fucking deal. I think he signed like a $32 million deal with them. Like, I don't know if y'all can pull it up, but that's one piece you can't lose. I think you got to go to the drawing board. I like what they have over there. Obviously, you're going to have to address the big man, find that skill big again, who's going to really replace Kristaps Porzingis. But, I mean, they're going to be great. I think Jaylen Brown is going to get fined. I do think that. I think it's a fine that's going to be coming down from Adam Silver. But, hey, man, take this one on the chin. Come back, start a training camp, be healthy with your top 2 dogs. They're still young, still both knocking at the door of their prime, and then you build from there.
They were down 3-0 a couple years ago.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I think the knocking at the door of your prime is insane. Just because, it's perspective of how young and in their prime they are, right? All right, anything else you guys want to get off your chest before we wrap this up?
Nope.
No.
Perk, you feel good?
You know what? I actually feel outstanding. I'm telling you that. I feel great. I feel great. I really do. I feel great.
It's not every day you can wake up and feel outstanding, especially to start the week. So kudos to you. Shout out to our roadies. You guys were amazing. You guys were locked in, engaged for the last hour and 40. What happened to us? We love you. Go hit that like and subscribe button. We appreciate it. The notification bell. We will see you again at 10 a.m. Pacific on Wednesday. Until then, it's another edition of Road Trippin.
Peace. Love y'all.